What if your child is not confused? What if your child is only misread? What if the problem is not that your child lacks intelligence, but that the world is measuring the wrong intelligence? I want you to pause here because this actual case study will show you something very important. For privacy, let us call this child Ravi. Now, Ravi is not just another teenager trying to choose a stream, pick a career, or score well enough to impress relatives. Ravi represents thousands of young people today. Gen Zs, teens, youth, who are sitting inside classrooms, coaching systems, career counseling sessions, and family conversations where everybody is asking one boring question: what are you good at? But I want to ask a sharper question. What kind of intelligence is your child actually designed to use? Because the moment you understand that, the whole conversation changes. You stop forcing a fish to climb a tree. You stop pushing a systems thinker into random memorization. You stop calling a strategist stubborn. You stop calling a reformer distracted. You stop calling a technical mind emotionless. You stop calling a future builder difficult. And you begin to see the child correctly. That is the power of intelligence mapping. And in this case, the planetary placement becomes the diagnostic engine. Not guesswork, not motivational talk, not generic career counseling, not try everything and see. The planetary placement becomes the diagnostic engine because it shows the exact wiring of action, emotion, thought, career drive, inner desire, public expression, and learning style. In Ravi's case, the first thing we see is Aries rising. This is not a passive personality. This is not a child who wants to sit quietly forever and absorb information like a machine. Aries rising gives initiative, movement, courage, restlessness, and the need for challenge. So if you are parenting a child like Ravi, understand this clearly. He will not thrive in an environment where he is only told to obey, memorize, repeat, and wait. He needs action. He needs challenge. He needs a target. He needs to feel that he is doing something real. He needs to test himself. He needs to prove capacity through experience. This is why many Aries-type children are misunderstood. People call them impatient. People call them aggressive. People call them restless. But when you map the intelligence correctly, you realize something deeper. This child learns through activation. He learns when there is a problem to solve. He learns when there is a mission. He learns when the subject becomes a battlefield of improvement. Now add to this Saturn as a karaka in the first house. A karaka shows the professional path, the work intelligence, the karma of skill, the direction in which the person can serve the world. And Saturn as a karaka is not light. It is not casual. It is not entertainment driven. Saturn gives systems. Saturn gives discipline. Saturn gives responsibility. Saturn gives endurance. Saturn gives structure. Saturn gives the ability to carry pressure. So now Ravi's professional intelligence is not about random excitement. It is about disciplined action. This is where the chart becomes powerful. Aries wants to move fast. Saturn says, move correctly. Aries wants to start. Saturn says, finish what you start. Aries wants victory. Saturn says, earn it through structure. This creates a young person who may look intense from the outside, but internally, he is being trained for responsibility. So if you are guiding a child like Ravi, don't just say calm down. That is lazy guidance. Instead, give him a system. Give him a discipline challenge. Give him a measurable goal. Give him a long-term project. Give him something hard enough to respect. Because children like this do not respect shallow work. They respect mastery. They respect competence. They respect results. And if their energy is not properly directed, it becomes frustration. Now look at the next powerful placement. Jupiter in the first house. This changes everything because Jupiter in the first gives wisdom, guidance, ethics, a bigger sense of self, and the ability to learn from life. So Ravi is not only action-oriented, he is also capable of moral reasoning. He wants to understand why something matters. He may not blindly accept a rule just because an adult said so. He wants the principle behind the rule. He wants the logic behind the discipline. He wants the purpose behind the effort. This is why intelligence mapping is superior and direct. A normal assessment may say, this child is bright but stubborn, but planetary intelligence mapping says, no, this child needs meaningful structure. He is not resisting learning, he is resisting meaningless instruction. That is a huge difference. When Jupiter sits in the first house with Saturn shaping the career intelligence, Ravi carries the potential of a disciplined guide, a technical mentor, a strategic leader, or a responsible reformer. He can become someone others trust, but only if his education gives him responsibility early. Not pressure without direction. Responsibility with guidance. Responsibility with challenge. Responsibility with purpose. Now let us move to the soul signature. Mars as Atmakarka in Aquarius in the 11th house. Atmakarka shows the soul's deepest desire, the inner engine, the intelligence that pulls the person from within. Mars as Atmakarka means the soul learns through action, courage, initiative, problem-solving, technical force, and direct engagement with challenges. This is not a child who is here only to feel, dream, or decorate life. Mars as Atmakarka wants to do. It wants to build. It wants to act. It wants to solve. It wants to lead from the front. But Mars is placed in Aquarius, and Aquarius is not ordinary action. Aquarius is systems. Aquarius is technology. Aquarius is networks. Aquarius is innovation. Aquarius is reform. Aquarius is collective intelligence. Aquarius is the future. So Mars in Aquarius tells us Ravi's core intelligence is not just physical action. It is systems action. He is not simply asking, what can I do? He is asking, even if unconsciously, how can I improve this system? How can this work faster? How can this structure become smarter? How can technology solve this? How can a group, network, platform, machine, or process be redesigned? This is the signature of logical, mathematical intelligence, systems intelligence, technical intelligence, and reformist intelligence. And because this Mars is in the 11th house, the house of networks, gains, communities, social systems, large goals, and long-term achievements, Ravi's intelligence wants scale. He may not be satisfied with small, repetitive work. He may enjoy big systems, large projects, technology networks, engineering groups, innovation teams, robotics clubs, AI models, automation, digital platforms, social reform through technology. This is why I say planetary placement is the diagnostic engine. Because a generic test may say he is good at science, but this system says something sharper. He is not just good at science. He is drawn toward applied systems, technical reform, scalable solutions, and future-facing problem solving. That is a very different level of guidance. Now let us examine the public career engine. Sun, Mercury, and Ketu in Capricorn in the 10th house. This is one of the most important parts of Ravi's chart. The 10th house is career, public life, authority, reputation, responsibility, work output, visible success, and contribution to society. Capricorn is structure, systems, duty, institutions, responsibility, compliance, management, timelines, pressure, and real-world outcomes. So when Sun, Mercury, and Ketu come together in Capricorn in the 10th house, we see a highly professional intelligence pattern. Sun gives authority, Mercury gives intellect and communication. Ketu gives abstraction, detachment research, and the ability to cut through noise. Capricorn gives structure. The 10th house gives public application. So what kind of intelligence does this produce? It produces a technical strategist, a structured communicator, a systems analyst, a public problem solver, a child who may grow into a professional who can understand complex systems and explain them clearly. This is not ordinary Mercury. This is Mercury under Capricorn pressure and Ketu refinement. That means Ravi may not enjoy shallow talking. He may not like unnecessary chatter. He may become direct, precise, sometimes blunt. He may prefer facts, logic, systems, reports, plans, models, architecture, strategy, and practical language. If he writes, he may write with structure. If he speaks, he may speak with purpose. If he studies, he may prefer subjects where ideas can be organized. If he works, he may want clarity of role, process, and outcome. This is the foundation of linguistic technical intelligence. Not poetic language first, not emotional storytelling first, but technical communication, structured explanation, executive summaries, process documentation, strategic presentation, system mapping, policy writing, engineering reports, research analysis. This is the kind of child who may one day explain difficult concepts to teams, clients, students, or organizations. But remember, Ketu is there. Ketu detaches. Ketu cuts. Ketu asks, what is the essence? So Ravi may dislike superficial status. He may not be impressed by titles if the person holding the title lacks competence. He may question systems. He may quietly see flaws others miss. He may ask uncomfortable questions. He may not always fit into traditional career boxes. And this is where parents must be careful. Do not suppress this questioning instinct. Refine it. Teach him how to question with discipline. Teach him how to challenge systems with evidence. Teach him how to reform structures instead of merely rejecting them. Because this is the mark of a future systems reformer. Now let us bring in Moon and Leo in the 5th house. This is the creative intelligence placement. The 5th house is intelligence, creativity, education, memory, performance, children, teaching, expression, and original thinking. Leo is visibility, leadership, self-expression, dignity, recognition, and creative authority. Moon here gives emotional creativity. It gives the need to be seen. It gives warmth, performance, storytelling, and teaching ability. So Ravi is not only technical, he also needs creative expression. He may enjoy presenting ideas. He may enjoy being recognized for intelligence. He may enjoy teaching younger students. He may like stage, debate, leadership activities, competitions, content creation, or performance-based learning. But in this chart, Moon in Leo does not turn him into a purely artistic child. It gives charisma to his intelligence. It gives emotional fire to his learning. It gives joy when he can express what he knows. So if you force him into silent, passive learning, you may reduce his brilliance. Let him present. Let him demonstrate. Let him lead a group project. Let him explain a concept. Let him build a model and show it. Let him use creativity to communicate intelligence. That is how the 5th house moon opens up. This placement supports educational leadership, technical teaching, public speaking, content creation, mentoring, and creative communication. Now look at Venus and Sagittarius in the 9th house. This is important because it tells us what Ravi may find meaningful. The 9th house is higher education, philosophy, wisdom, universities, travel, law, ethics, global thinking, belief systems, and life direction. Sagittarius is the sign of the teacher, seeker, philosopher, guide, and truth seeker. Venus here adds love for meaning, beauty in ideas, cultural curiosity, ethical refinement, and joy in higher learning. So, Ravi will not be satisfied with only mechanical success. He needs meaning. He may enjoy learning when he sees the bigger picture. He may like travel, philosophy, global systems, technology with social impact, education, design thinking, law, ethics, culture, or value-based leadership. This also shows that his creative side is not random. It wants beauty with purpose, design with meaning, technology with ethics, leadership with values, education with inspiration. So the best fields for Ravi are not narrow, they are hybrid. This is a child who may thrive in combinations such as engineering plus leadership, technology plus social impact, AI plus ethics, automation plus systems design, data science plus policy, robotics plus innovation, product design plus human behavior, infrastructure plus smart cities, education plus technology, technical communication plus mentoring. That is the beauty of intelligence mapping. It does not trap the child in one label. It shows the architecture of the mind. Now we must also discuss Rahu in Cancer in the 4th house. The 4th house is home, emotional security, mother, land, property, education, inner peace, and psychological foundation. Cancer is emotion, belonging, protection, family, memory, and nurturing. Rahu here creates hunger around emotional security. It may create inner restlessness. It may create a strong desire to build a stable home, secure base, or emotional foundation. Sometimes such children appear externally strong but internally unsettled. They may chase achievement because deep inside they want safety. They may become ambitious because they do not want to feel vulnerable. This is very important for parents. Do not assume a strong child does not need emotional support. Ravi may look independent. He may look direct. He may look ambitious. He may look serious. But Rahu in the 4th says, the inner emotional body needs grounding. He needs a peaceful home. He needs emotional consistency. He needs private space. He needs to know that love is not dependent only on performance. Because if his home environment becomes chaotic, he may overcompensate through career, achievement, control, or perfectionism. So while his intelligence is technical and strategic, his emotional base must be protected. Give him structure, yes, but also give him emotional safety. Give him discipline, yes, but also give him belonging. Give him challenge, yes, but also give him warmth. Now, let us name the intelligence types clearly. Ravi's number 1 intelligence is logical, mathematical, and systems intelligence. This comes from Mars as Atma Karaka, Saturn as Amatya Karaka, Mercury Ketu in Capricorn, and Aquarius activation. He can think in systems. He can understand mechanisms. He can solve problems. He can detect inefficiencies. He can enjoy coding, engineering, analytics, robotics, automation, mathematics, architecture of systems, and technical design. His second major intelligence is strategic leadership intelligence. This comes from the 10th house concentration, Sun, Mercury in Capricorn, Saturn in the first, Jupiter in the first, and Aries rising. He is built to take responsibility. He may become a leader, manager, project head, technical strategist, founder, or institutional reformer. But he must earn leadership through discipline, not ego. His third intelligence is linguistic, technical communication intelligence. This is not casual speech. This is the ability to explain, report, document, present, analyze, and communicate complex ideas in a structured way. This can lead to technical writing, consulting, teaching, policy communication, public speaking, research explanation, and leadership communication. His fourth intelligence is existential and reformist intelligence. He will ask, why does this matter? He will want meaning. He will question systems. He will not be satisfied with empty success. He may be attracted to ethical technology, social reform, education systems, AI governance, sustainability, philosophy, and future-oriented problem solving. His fifth intelligence is intrapersonal intelligence. Saturn and Jupiter in the first make him self-aware, self-measuring, and capable of growth through discipline, but he must be taught self-compassion. Otherwise, he may become too hard on himself. His sixth intelligence is interpersonal systems intelligence. He can work with groups, networks, teams, and communities when there is a mission. He may not enjoy superficial socializing, but he can become powerful in purposeful collaboration. His seventh intelligence is visual spatial structural intelligence. Venus in Sagittarius and Moon in Leo add creativity, but it works best through design, diagrams, models, architecture, data visualization, UX, product thinking, and educational design. His eighth intelligence is bodily kinesthetic intelligence, but as a support system. He needs movement, discipline, sports, martial arts, gym, fieldwork, or hands-on labs to keep his energy balanced. His ninth intelligence is musical or rhythmic intelligence, moderate but useful for expression. His 10th is naturalist intelligence, more likely through land, home, environment, smart cities, sustainability, or ecological systems, rather than pure biology. Now, what should Ravi study? If I were guiding this child deeply, I would not push him randomly into any popular field. I would look at the diagnostic engine and say, the best academic fields are engineering, automation, robotics, artificial intelligence, data science, software engineering, systems engineering, electronics, instrumentation, mechanical engineering, aerospace, industrial engineering, cybersecurity, control systems, operations research, smart infrastructure, and applied mathematics. If the creative side is stronger, then combine technology with design, UX research, product design, data visualization, educational technology, architecture, smart city planning, industrial design, or human-centered technology. If the leadership side becomes strong, then combine engineering with management, engineering management, project management, operations strategy, technical consulting, infrastructure management, technology policy, or innovation leadership. If the ethical and philosophical side becomes strong, then explore technology governance, AI ethics, public policy, cyber law, education reform, environmental policy, or social impact technology. This is why intelligence mapping is superior and direct, because it does not ask the child to fit into a market trend. It asks, what is the child's inner operating system? What intelligence is dominant? What intelligence is supportive? What field will not only give success, but also joy? What kind of work will create connection with the world? For Ravi, joy will come when he can solve real problems. Joy will come when he can build something useful. Joy will come when he can improve a system. Joy will come when his intelligence produces visible impact. Joy will come when people trust his competence. Joy will come when technology, structure, leadership, and purpose come together. This is the core message for every parent listening. Your child does not need to be pushed into a career because someone else's child succeeded there. Your child needs an intelligence map because when you understand the planetary placements, you understand the design of intelligence. You understand why your child behaves the way they behave. You understand why they resist certain subjects. You understand why they come alive in certain environments. You understand what kind of study will feel natural. You understand what kind of future will feel meaningful. and you stop wasting precious years forcing the wrong path. If your child is technically wired, don't shame them for being less emotionally expressive. If your child is creative, don't crush them with mechanical expectations. If your child is strategic, don't call them controlling. If your child is philosophical, don't call them distracted. If your child is action-driven, don't call them impatient before you give them a mission. The real question is not, is my child intelligent? The real question is, which intelligence is leading the chart? And once that becomes clear, education becomes sharper, parenting becomes calmer, career direction becomes more precise, and the child begins to feel seen. Ravi's case shows us that a child can carry a powerful blend of technical intelligence, leadership intelligence, strategic communication, creative expression, and reformist purpose. But without proper mapping, the same child could be misunderstood as restless, intense, blunt, stubborn, or emotionally distant. That is the danger of not reading the design correctly. And that is exactly why I use intelligence mapping, because your child's chart is not just a belief system, it is a diagnostic engine. It shows the intelligence pattern, it shows the learning rhythm, it shows the career direction, it shows the joy point, it shows how the child connects with the world. So if you are a parent and you are confused about your child's future, don't wait until they are already burned out, mismatched, frustrated, or forced into a path that does not belong to them. Get a deep intelligence map reading, one that works for your child, one that respects their mind, one that sees their planetary intelligence, one that identifies dominant and secondary intelligence types, one that connects study, career, personality, learning style, emotional needs, and life direction. Because when a child is mapped correctly, they do not just perform better. They feel understood, they feel aligned, they feel guided, and most importantly, they stop fighting themselves. If this reading spoke to you, if you saw your own child in Ravi, if you felt that your child may also be carrying a hidden intelligence pattern that has not yet been decoded, then get in touch with me for a deep intelligence map reading. Let us identify the intelligence that is already alive inside your child. Let us stop guessing. Let us stop forcing. Let us map the design. Because the right future is not created by pressure, it is created by alignment.